Welcome back to CTV Morning Live, and yes, we are paging Dr. Paul. Dr. Paul is joining us, and it's always nice to be reminded, especially as we're heading into this holiday season, the safe ways of going about things.
That's right. We're barely a month away now, and every time we always hear about tragic accidents that occur, drink and drive. People are partying. I've already been to one party already for office parties, those type of things. And I think it's very important for people. We're going to be hearing this message over and over again, but I don't think we can ever overemphasize the fact that if you're going to go to a party and you're going to be drinking, make sure that you don't drive. Make sure that you be logical about it. If you're going to be hosting a party, for example, you can offer food, you can offer all kinds of things as well. Don't just offer drinks to your friends and your guests. And it's important, again, to have a designated driver. And again, we're going to be hearing that over and over again. But what I wanted to do is take a different spin on this and talk about your home parties. You can have a lot of home parties, family parties, those type of things. And people don't realize, when I was working at the Montreal Children's Hospital, we had children come in choking on olive pits, toothpicks, cigarette butts, and actually having been drunk because they've actually drank old leftover wine. So what we were seeing is, you're doing all these parties and the parents will go to bed, and the next morning the kids will wake up, sometimes unattended, and choke on these things. So it's very important that when you're having a party at home, not only make sure that your guests are safe in terms of drinking and not drinking and driving, having designated drivers, because it's your responsibility as well as a host, but to also make sure that your kids, if you have young kids or visiting kids, are safe, because there are so many dangers that we don't think about.
Well, that's the thing, is you have a better understanding of what your own children are like, and if they would, try a beverage that they don't know exactly what's in it. But when you have other people's children at different age groups, you tend not to maybe recognize what's, proper or safe to have out. I wouldn't think that was some of those foods.
Well, you know what? Certainly, if you have peanuts out, right? We all have peanuts and nuts because it's great to drink with them, and it's a great party little thing. Children less than 4 years of age, one of the most common things they choke on are nuts. We've seen all these things, and actually toothpicks. There's 10,000 accidental ingestions of toothpicks in North America.
I can't believe that, and this is something that you were seeing constantly in the emergency room.
Oh no, we have a place in the emergency room.
What happens to a child?
Well,
what kind of an injury happens with a toothpick?
Well, basically, they can injure and scratch their throat or their lungs, because it goes down to the lungs. We've seen children swallow choke on olive pits. And what happens, it lodges in the lung, or sometimes it lodges in the throat and they can't breathe, and that could be deadly, actually. We saw a child once who had a button lodged right here, and the child was alive because he was breathing through the buttonholes. So you got to be careful about choking. It's choking safety for young kids. But we've also seen kids come in almost in a coma because they drank the beer that was sort of left around in the overnight from the party from the night before. So you've got to be quite careful. Like I said, so we talk about drinking and driving,
right?
And that's going to be a message over and over again. But not too many people talk about these things in terms of the dangers parties present to young kids. And also, if you're going to go to grandma's house or visit a friend's house and you've got young kids and they don't have young kids, that house won't be baby-proofed or child-proofed either. So you've got to be as a parent, when you go into a new area and bring your kids, make sure you scout the area to make sure that there are no unsafe areas for the child. Even if you're traveling, for example, children have gotten into hotel room jacuzzis and drowned. Children have actually got into the little mini bars and drank the little mini bottles of alcohol. We see that all the time. Again, I have a different perspective because I've been seeing that, but it's something that we do. And I didn't realize that there's thousands of injuries just at a toothpick. Who'd think?
Well, absolutely. Some great information, I think, as well. And for those that are especially planning on hosting a party, they might be reconsidering at least the display of where some of these items can be found. Great information, and of course, always a pleasure when Dr. Paul joins us. We have to take a short commercial break. The 8 o'clock news headlines are coming your way right after this.